In this video, I'm going to break down the single most effective lead generation strategy we've been using in 2025. And here's the kicker. It runs 24/7, books qualified leads, and doesn't require a single minute of manual effort. This strategy helped us build our pipeline with ICP fit leads in a competitive market like fintech, B2B SaaS. And if you stick around, I'm going to walk you through exactly how we do it using AI, hyper-personalization, and zero human touch. And no, this isn't another ChatGPT automation tutorial. It's a real system we deployed for real clients at RevSync. And I'll show you how to implement it without bloating your tech stack or hiring SDRs. Now, before I show you the back end, let me rewind a little bit and give you a quick reality check. I used to do all the manual prospecting, LinkedIn scraping, cold emails, spreadsheets, tracking replies manually, all for a while. I convinced myself that doing the grind work harder was the answer. But deep down, I knew I wasn't building a scalable growth engine. I was just duct taping lead gen and doing whatever scrappy thing I could do to make it work. Everything changed when I built an automated system using Clay, real-time enrichment, and behavior-based triggers, a system that actually adapts and learns who your best ICP customers are. And today, we're helping companies do the same. Let me break this down into 3 parts. 1, why most B2B lead gen strategies are fundamentally broken. 2, how AI or personalization finally delivers on the promise of scaling outreach. And lastly, the exact architecture we use to book qualified calls with zero manual work. Now let's start with what's broken. Most companies are still using brute force. They hire a bunch of SDRs, buy lead lists, dump contacts into HubSpot or Apollo, and send the same sequence to everyone. The problem? Their outbound sounds like it was written by a robot. And ironically, it usually was. Every message looks exactly the same. No context, no relevance, no timing, just volume. It's the marketing equivalent of yelling into a crowd and hoping that someone hears you. But here's the part no one tells you. More messages does not equal more leads. It just equals more noise. And if your CRM is a mess with outdated data, wrong ICPs, and no behavioral signals, you're wasting time. You're actively hurting your sender reputation, your brand, and everything else. This is where most systems fall apart. Companies think that they have a lead problem, but really, they have a data problem. Now, let's flip the script. Instead of starting with contacts, we start with a dynamic ICP. This means your ideal customer profile isn't stat. It evolves in real time based on who's engaging, who's converting, and which market signals are changing. At RevSync, we use a blend of firmographic, technographic, and behavioral data to refine your ICP every lead. This isn't theoretical. Pipe in job changes, product launches, hiring surges, funding rounds, tech stack updates, you name it, content strategy, all of it, and pull from 30 different integrated data sources. Then we run an enrichment process that merges, validates, and completes the profile. This isn't just data collection, it's signal orchestration. Next comes sequencing. We don't just launch generic campaigns, we launch micro-plays, targeted, high-context touchpoints, triggered by events that indicate interest or change. Let's say someone downloads a white paper. They get a play referencing the topic. A company opens up 3+ emails over 2 weeks. We launch a contextual bump. Here's the key. Every message, every touch point, every campaign is tied to real-time signals that makes it land. We build this using Clay coupled with CRMs like HubSpot and Salesforce. We layer in platforms like Smart Leads instantly, all of it automated, all of it traceable, all of it with real-time data. Now let's talk personalization. Real personalization. Not the first name, last name stuff, not even the company name, not the generic data you get from Apollo or ZoomInfo. We're talking persona-based trigger logic. For example, let's say we detect a hiring spike for sales roles. We tailor messaging around pipeline readiness and onboarding velocity. If they've just raised Series A, we shift to growth acceleration, headcount scaling, and support. This turns pulled outreach into warm context, and your model gets smarter every time. We A/B test value props, CTAs, intro angles at scale. And that's the difference between hoping for replies and engineering for them. Let me give you a real example. We had a client in the B2B payment space, and their strategy was simply to buy Apollo lists and send mass sequences. The response rate, 0.4%. We cleaned their CRM, enriched their top targets, implemented a live lead scoring layer, and personalized outreach to the top 2% of their leads. The results? 14 booked calls in 3 weeks from the same list. Why? Because context over volume. We got in all the personalized information, we enriched the data, and we made sure that the messaging resonated. Now here's the 5-layer stack we use currently for our clients. First, CRM cleaning plus ICP modeling. Next, we start with live enrichment and pipelines with APIs and Clay, lead scoring with predicted weighing, signal-based triggers and workflows, and lastly, automated sequences, calendar booking routes that actually deliver in their inbox. Each layer compounds. By the time someone gets an email from you, it's custom, it's natural, it's real. Not manual, but automated, yet still real. That's what B2B outbound in 2025 demands. Efficiency and empathy. Scale and specificity. And if you nail that right, that balance, you can be sending out 1,000 emails with 50 book meetings. Now let's zoom out. Let's see what happens when we implement this system. First, your team stops wasting time on dead leads. Every touch point is prioritized. Second, your conversion rates go up because your messaging is more relevant. And third, you finally get consistent, predictable compounding lead flow. This is the shift we made at Browser. And now we build this out for others. If you want to see how this works, get it in motion for you, build out a lead engine that works with no fluff, book a call below, and we're happy to help you build a strategy that works for your company.